Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, so I've got an opportunity. I'm sitting out here with the outlaws, I mean the in-laws, and we're all having a few drinks and barbecuing tonight. Now, as such happens, they are all law enforcement. One is just a city cop. The other is a state cop, correct? I'm not saying what state or anything, just because you guys have, I guess, some agreement they're not supposed to do this shit. And the other was a former bigwig within the state police. I'm on the other side of that fence usually, so I don't know this stuff. But I wanted to ask them this question, and only the two younger ones. Me and the old guy already talked about earlier. In Boston, during the bombings and the complete basic martial law, what are your feelings about the way that they went door to door, pulling people out of their houses at gunpoint, versus the Fourth Amendment? Now the camera's pointed at me, so you can say whatever you want. I haven't said even what state we're in, so. Apparently, even cops don't know what the Fourth Amendment is. No.
Yeah, search and seizure, buddy.
What do you think, or how do you feel about it? Honestly, if you were told by your superior to go door to door and force people out at gunpoint, door to door, everybody.
I think it's okay because we're talking about terrorists here.
But we have the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah, I understand that, but we're talking about terrorists. He could be holding his own hostage, and we got to go in there and make sure that they're safe.
Okay, now let me ask you this. This is a point we discussed and I brought up with him. Wouldn't you be able to see in their eyes the fear?
You never know. They could be a friend of theirs, and they could be helping them.
But it's okay. I mean, if you open a door, or you're not going to bang on the door, and an old lady opens the door, which is on film.
He could be in there, and she wouldn't even know.
I
understand where you're coming from, yeah.
It's a 50-50 answer. Half the time you can tell when somebody's scared, you can tell they're telling the truth. Half the time they could be lying to you straight to your face, and you don't know whether or not they're telling the truth or not. That's just how good of a liar they are.
So that means it's okay to throw the Constitution out?
It's not okay to throw the Constitution out, but when you're trying to protect other citizens and people like that, you have to do what you have to do sometimes. But going door to door with your guns, maybe knocking talks, showing less lethal force and stuff like that. But I don't know.
It's got to be a balanced approach to protect your rights that you so want the Constitution to always. You use it for this, you use it for that. Officers use it in the best interest of public safety.
Okay. Well,
like you said, that was an order given, so.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to put it that way, then I was going to put this in another video, but we'll do this right now. If you're superior, hey, I don't get this opportunity to sit around this many cops and not be sweating, okay? If that's the case, then what if your superior said, okay, we're locking down the city, I want you to go door to door and confiscate all firearms? What would you do?
So order an order.
You'd have to do it or insubordination, I guess.
Really?
Depending on what the situation is, I guess.
See, what we're talking about here is about terrorists.
Right.
I mean, that pretty much says it all to me right there.
Wow, man, that scares me. I'll tell you that it could be good. I'm telling you the truth. If that came to my door, I'd probably be dead. You guys would have to shoot me because, first off, you don't have the right within the Constitution to be in my house, and you have no reasonable cause to believe that anybody is in my house. And then on to the gun question, you have no rights to take my firearms. And I'm going to protect my rights. No, I say that now, but I got a SWAT team, with a bunch of barrels in my face. I might piss myself and hold cat in front of me. But, it scares me to think that, to me, and I say this respectfully, to me at that point is when you say, wait a minute,
well, yeah, there's that too, but there's also, you gotta go 50-50. All you gotta do is cooperate. If you cooperate, hey,
so
come in, look around. If you got nothing to hide or
I see that. I have nothing to hide.
Well, see, then,
but
I don't see why there's a problem for us going in there and making sure there's nobody in there. All you gotta do is come in, go ahead and check.
Because I have the right to say
you have the right, but I'm saying we're not doing anything extremely bad to where we're...
Depends on how strongly I feel about my rights.
Yeah.
But I think you're comparing apples and oranges, and you can't hear. You're looking at two different instances. You're looking at your first question, which I think, there was a lot of legitimacy to it. The second question, I don't think you ever see a chain of command say, go door to door and seize weapons. Not in the United States unless there's something that supports that direction that's given by upper management, within that certain region.
Yeah, see, I really didn't want to ask that question on this video because that is two completely different things.
Yeah.
But
as law enforcement officers, I know a lot of them that they support the Second Amendment.
Oh yeah.
It's and I think that's where everything gets turned around, because you have whether it's the right side or the left side saying this, saying that to support the stance that they want to take. It muddies up everything. I don't think you'll ever see law enforcement going into anyone's house just to seize guns just because no crime's been committed. I really believe that you'll never see that.
I hope you're right, but I got a feeling in some parts of the country they're very, very close to that. Look at New York.
Well, but New York, when you go to New York, they already have laws in place that anybody that wants to live in New York needs to abide by those laws, so they already exist.
Right, but
it's...
Well, we're getting off on that other subject, which I'll probably edit that part out of this video, just because that's a whole nother video. I'm curious about the throwing out the Fourth Amendment over.
But I'm sure the Bostonians agreed to it, right? Or were they agree?
There's always some that come out after the fact.
Yeah. I mean,
they should have done this now
after the fact, but during, I'm sure they're like, yeah, come in.
I'm sure they probably were, but that shows the level of, or the ability of the government to walk all over us if they feel the need to.
But at the same token, if somebody's walking all over you or walking all over your love life or your loved one or your kids,
my love life,
and
let's keep that out of this.
Yeah. But the first thing is, where the fuck are those cops? That's the first question. So you're damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah. I guess I need to go find a barbecue somewhere else because I can't get an agreement anywhere here. I guess we can agree to disagree on this one, but all right, guys.
Where are you coming from, Pablo?
You get my point?
Yeah.
It just depends on the situation.
It's 50-50, like this guy said earlier.
How so? I mean,
it depends on the situation. Like 9/11, when the terrorists bombed, I'm pretty sure you went to people's houses and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You don't hear about the shit.
Some people would be okay with it, some wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But like down here where we live, if you went to a house like that to get weapons like that, it's gonna create chaos down here.
Yeah.
And I mean, so a lot of us wouldn't do it unless otherwise the government ordered us to. Then we'd go and do it. if they put something into effect like that. But
So is there ever a point where you would say that's pushing it? I can't. I have. Here's my badge. I can't follow that
I
order.
would say where it would be pushing is profiling.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that crap went down.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pushing it. Them checking every Arabian, Indian-looking person, even the Mexicans.
Yeah.
Just because they look like same skin.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was the first of its kind that the United States ever had to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I mean,
I think that's where
I think they learned a lot already. But you know what? What's something about that whole thing was, up until that, because of what was going on with profiling, there was a lot of training that was going on with profiling. Then all of a sudden, 9/11 hit, and profiling was thrown out the fucking door.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, if that guy fits the mold, check him out. That's how they got a lot of intelligence for the FBI.
Yeah.
It's the price of keeping people safe sometimes, and keeping their freedom intact.
Just like
I mean,
Zero
there's like
Dark
a balanced
30.
approach.
You know what I mean?
I haven't seen it yet.
You need to watch that movie.
Yeah, I need to, but
like I said, if it's government ordered and the government's gonna back you up on everything that you do, then you know what, you're gonna do it. But if they're just saying, you know what, go in there, take the weapons, because a lot of these ranchers aren't gonna want to give up the weapons. It's gonna create a war pretty much down here on our part.
I see that as pretty much creating a war wherever it happens. Unless, it's middle of New York City, because 90% of people don't have guns there anyways, minus all the criminals.
Yeah, like if it's not coming from the president and it's just coming from your supervisor, go do this and go do that, you got to worry about your butt though too, because you're going to be violating people's rights at the same time.
That's where, right there is where I'm asking the question. What is your...
If it's coming from your supervisor and, you know what I mean, you got to worry about your department, you got to worry about your reputation, your pride, your integrity.
Where do you worry about the Constitution?
That's when you worry about your judgment. That's
and your
everything comes into play, your judgment. That's what officer discretion is all about. You got to make either the right choice or the wrong choice.
So, do you guys ever take the Constitution into consideration?
Oh, all the time, especially when we do
we get sued
warrants
for
and
that,
everything.
Right.
We have to be. It's very, very iffy. We have to be on top of our game when we do all that.
Well, there's going to be a lot of haters answering this video, because I disagree with a lot of what you guys said. But hey, you guys do your thing, I do mine, and we all live happily together until you...
Haters be our motivators.
Haters be your motivators?
The bottom line is this. You want to live in the United States? There's a price to pay. And if not, guess what? Go live in Russia. Go live in a communist country where you have no rights.
Well, we're moving that way.
Hey, right?
Well,
hate to be violated, right?
I was hoping this was going to turn out good for you guys, but this is not going to go well.
That's why there's case law.
We're just helping you so you get a lot more hits on your YouTube.
Oh, these are going to be bad hits.
But they're hits.
They're not going to like you guys.
But they're hits.
I'll make sure to check the low bug prepper.
Yeah, that would not be wise after this.
Make sure to drink more Bud Light, guys.
All right, I'll talk to you all later. We're going to get more intoxicated and argue more about this. I am not going to back down on what I believe, which you all know what it is. I'll talk to you all.